is everyone feeling? Good, hopefully. Okay, so hello. We're gonna start today's VIN working a little bit into, we'll play a little bit with everything, haha. So a little bit of arm balancing, a little bit of strengthening core, a little bit of hip opening, but as usual, take what you need. If that pose seems inviting in that moment, take it. If it's like, my wrists feel a little bit funny, my hips feel not so good today, feel free to skip, all right? Especially if you're feeling any sharp pain in the poses, come out of it. If there's time, you can reset. Otherwise, yeah, you can ask me about it after we can talk, all right? So for today, we're coming into a child's pose, but try to bring your knees as wide as your hips allow. Try to keep your big toes touching. All right, as wide as you can. And then for your palms, you can explore maybe stacking your palms, maybe making fists, resting your forehead down. All right, if it seems inviting, you can also extend your arms overhead. We are staying here for a little bit, so find something where you can sort of find ease for a few breaths. And then if you haven't already, I invite you to start to take slow, deliberate breaths in through the nose. Long breaths out through the nose. As you inhale, think about creating space, expanding through the belly. As you exhale, allow your hips to soften. Take this time just to synchronize your breath to your body. Exploring, creating a little bit of space through the hips. A few more rounds of breath here. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhaling long out through the nose. One last one wherever you are. Now from here, slowly, gently start to awaken the body. Maybe wiggling your hips from side to side. We're gonna push ourselves up into a tabletop position, walking your knees hip distance apart. Walking your palms shoulder distance apart, keeping your fingers spread. Take a few rounds of your cat and cow. Inhale, create some length through the spine before finding that arch. Exhale, point your tailbone down, round. We'll do this a few more rounds. You can move at your own pace. Now, even though we're using cat and cow to mobilize the spine, I invite you to bring a little attention into your shoulders. Trying to find a squeeze in the shoulder blades as you come into your cow pose. And trying to create space through your shoulder blades as you round and push into your cat pose. Feel free to even wiggle side to side. Okay, we'll stay here for another 2 more full breaths, wherever you are. Now from here, come back to neutral spine, warming up your wrists, keeping your fingers spread. Start to draw circles with your shoulders around your wrists. Feel weight distribute throughout your palms. And then start to move in the opposite direction. Maybe slightly gripping the mat with your finger pads. Good. Now from here, turn your fingers to point to the left and right. Shift your weight left to right. Good. Now from here, turning your fingers to point towards your knees. You can slowly rock forwards and back, easing your forearms into this. If it feels comfortable, you can slowly guide your hips down towards your heels and stay there. Maintaining that same steady pace of breath. And then slowly come back to center. One last one. Palms facing up, fingers pointing towards each other. You can start off with your elbows bent. Make a fist, pressing the back of your palms onto the mat. Holding onto the fist tight, slowly straighten out through the arms. Strongly flexing your wrists. Hold there for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take a moment there. We'll do that one more time. Press the back of your palms down. Make a fist, hold onto the fist tight, and slowly, gently straighten out through the arms. 3, 2, and 1. Release. You can take a moment sitting back, just roll the wrist out. Good. Now we're going to start to warm up the hips. So bring your right foot in between your palms. Turn your back shin out. So we're going to face the wall. So right foot forward, back shin out. Coming into a kneeling warrior 2, extend your arms. All right, check that the back foot is aligned with the knee. And the front foot, the knees in line with the toes. Inhale here, start to hinge the hips forward. All right, so you want to try to lower the hips down, feel that opening through the inner thighs. If you notice the front heels start to lift off, try to ground it down. 2, and 1. From here, come back to center, straighten out the front leg, turn the toes to point towards the wall. Okay, so straighten this leg. Yeah, there you go, turn the toes. Palms to the waist, start to hinge your hips back. Right, so you're pushing your hips back. Now, lower your right palm, twist towards the back wall. 3, 2, 1. Now lower your left palm to the back of your mat. We're going to come into a variation of your side plank. Sweep your arm overhead. 3, 2, 1. Come back into that kneeling warrior 2. Bend the front knee, turn the toes to point forward. Inhale here, bend the knee. Start to hinge the hips forward. This time, extended side angle. You can have the forearm onto the thigh, or maybe palm on the inside, reach the top arm overhead. 3. Take this moment just to open up the hips a little bit more. 2. And 1. Come back to center, straighten out through that front leg. Start to walk your palms forward. Take a twist, press through that right palm, left palm this time towards the back of your hip. Rotate once more. This time you're using a little bit more of your oblique to find that twist. 3, 2, And 1, make your way into that side plank. Walk your left palm to the back of the mat, in line with your knee. Side plank. Good. Now from here, bring your right palm behind your head. Start to engage through your obliques, left palm behind your head. Try to maintain that length, that depth. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, squeeze up, back to center. We go back once more to that kneeling warrior 2. Bend the front knee. Explore a little bit of depth through that inner thigh. Lean and hinge forward. Good. Arm down, maybe on the thigh, maybe on the ground. Sweep the top arm overhead. Inhale, come up to your gate pose, straighten the front leg, turn the toes to point towards the wall. Start to walk the palms forward, take your twist. You can keep the top arm straight or bent, up to you. Good. Left palm to the back of the mat, side plank. Good. Now this time, really try to anchor through that right foot, through that left palm. Press through both of that. You're going to lift your left knee up. So your left knee. Nice. Now from here, bring your right elbow to touch your left knee. Come into a twist. 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. Palms back to the front of the mat, tabletop. All right, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Left foot in between the palms. Set up for your kneeling warrior 2. Turn your right shin to the back. Check that your knees in line with your toes. Extend the arms. Inhale here, start to hinge your hips forward. Try to feel that opening through the inner thighs. Front heel tries to lift off, try to ground it down. 2 and 1. Straighten up through the front leg. Turn the toes to point towards me. And then slowly, palms behind your head, hinge your hips back. 3, 2, and 1. From here, walk your right palm to the back of the mat. Push through the palm, extend the opposite arm up. Coming into your supported side plank. You can take a side bend here, reaching your arm overhead. 2, and 1. Bend that front knee once more, kneeling warrior 2. We'll explore a bit more depth. Hinge your hips forward, extended side angle. Maybe elbow rest onto the thigh, maybe down onto the ground. Sweep your top arm overhead. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up, straighten the front leg. Coming into your twist, you can walk your palms forward. Left palm down. Push through that left palm, rotate towards the back room. 3, 2, and 1. Plant your right palm to the back of the mat. Make sure there's space through the side body wherever you plant that palm. Inhale here. Now bring that top palm towards the back of your head. Start to engage your obliques, the side abdomen. Bring both your palms to the side of your head. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze to lift back up. One last one. Bend the front knee. Hinge the hip forward. Feel that through the inner thigh. Extended side angle. Good. Coming back up, straighten the front leg. Adjust your toes. Both palms down. We can take a twist. Left palm down. Rotate through the chest. You can have the top arm straight or behind your head. Whichever that allows you to focus a bit more on the rotation in your chest. Release, making your way into your side plank. Walk the palm to the back. Anchor through the left foot, right palm. Extend the arm, inhale here. Start to engage the oblique, floating your right knee off. You can stay here, maybe bring elbow to knee, deepening this twist. 3, 2, 1. Release. Walk your palms to the front of the mat, tabletop. Now from here, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. First downward dog for today. Feel free to paddle out through the feet, gently swaying from side to side. Just notice how your body is feeling this evening and try to create space in the places that feel tension. And then whenever you're ready, I invite you to come into stillness. We take one full breath here. Now very slowly start to walk your feet forward, bringing your feet outside your palms. We'll take a malasana. Lowering your hips down, using your arms to gently push against the thighs, maybe the palms meet. Take a moment here. And then from here, inhale, sweep the arms up, turn the toes to point forward. Exhale, we release. All right, we'll start to flow. Come to the front center of your mat. Big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Just take a moment to notice where you tend to shift your weight. And try to find your center here, so you're neither weighted to the right or to the left, neither forward nor back. Find your center. We'll take one full breath here. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Breathe out long through the nose. We'll take 2 rounds of your Surya Namaskar A. On an inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hinge the hips back, forward fold. Halfway lift, a little more weight in the toes. Press both your palms down. You can step or hop back. Plank pose. Knees down or not. Bend the elbows. Slowly control your way down. Inhale to your cobra or upward dog. Exhale to your downward dog. Good. Take a full breath here. Gazing forward, make your way to the top of the mat, step or hop. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine, forward fold. Inhale, arms extend, maybe gazing to your thumbs. Exhale, release. One more, inhale, arms extend. Exhale, fold. Flat back, halfway lift. Both palms down, step or hop back, plank. Knees down or not, slowly control your way down. Inhale, lift up. Downward dog on your breath out. One full breath here. Gazing forward, make your way to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, bow. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, release. We'll take a variation of your Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, sit the bum down, extend the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back, both palms down, step or hop back, plank. Take your time to go through your vinyasa, using your breath as a cue to move. Taking your time to make your way into your downward dog. Now from here, right foot forward, outside your palms, coming into a high lizard lunge. Trying to walk that back leg a little further back, maybe coming up onto your fingertips, chest is proud. We'll stay here for a little bit so you can sort of rock forward and back. Just notice how the hips are feeling today. 3, 2, and 1. Now from here, strongly ground into your left palm. right palm towards the chest, as if you're like trying to sing the national anthem. Now press through the left palm firmly, anchor through that left leg, slowly float that right leg back. Feet are wide, one arm plank. If this feels a little intense right now, feel free to lower that palm. 3, 2, 1. Both palms down, hinge back, downward facing dog. If you felt a little tension in the left wrist, feel free to flip your left palm up. Now from here, roll yourself into a plank, and then you can bend the elbows, come all the way down onto the belly. We'll take a locust pose from here. You can interlace your fingers behind you if the shoulders feel okay, otherwise palms apart. Roll the shoulders back, open up the chest, maybe floating the feet, the thighs off. Good, breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Using your downward dog to decompress the spine. Next breath, left foot outside the palms, coming into your high lizard here. Take your time to maybe stretch that right leg a little further back. You can rock forwards and back, maybe coming up onto your fingertips. Now from here, find your center, take a moment. And then strongly anchor through that right palm, strongly anchor through that right foot, left palm towards the opposite shoulder. Slowly walk that left foot back. Widen the stance of your feet to find a bit more stability here. Try to have your chest facing down. 3, 2, 1. Both palms down. Come into your downward dog. Same option here if you feel a bit of tension in the wrist. Now from here, make your way into your plank once more. And then any which way you'd like, we're coming down onto the belly. All right, bow pose, start to bend through the knees, holding onto the outer ankles. Inhale, open up through the chest, kick into the palms. First bow pose of today, take it chill. 3, 2, 1, release. Whenever you're ready, downward facing dog. We're closing our sequence now, gazing forward. You can step or hop forward, feet in between the palms. Halfway lift, forward fold. Come into your chair pose, sit the bum down, extend the arms up. Exhale, Samastitihi, mountain pose. All right. From here, we'll take a deeper fold. Start to bring your feet about hip distance apart, palms to the waist. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. We're grounding through the hips, lifting the chest up. Start to hinge your hips back. Take a fold. You can soften through the knees if your belly starts to round. First 2 fingers looping around your big toe. Inhale here, lengthen the spine, hips are pulling up. Exhale, bow the head down. We're staying here for another 3 more full breaths. Use your breath to deepen into your fold. So you can have your feet a bit wider. Yeah, a little bit wider. Okay, perfect. 3, 2, 1. Halfway lift. Release the palms. Now listen carefully. We're going to play a little bit with transferring weight. So you're going to bring your palms about 1 palm distance away from your feet. Start to round your spine. Think about your cat pose. And start to shift weight into your palms, lifting your heels up. Exhale, lower down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, shift weight forward, heels up high, hips up high. Exhale, lower down. Press your full palm down. One last one, we will hold, shift your weight forward, round the spine a lot. Think cat pose, 3, 2, 1. Relax, release. All right, from here you can roll yourself up. We'll just counter that with the spinal extension. So palms behind you for support, either fingers pointing down or to the side. Hug the elbows in. Press the feet firmly down. Point the tailbone down. Inhale, lift out of the base of your spine. Keep the chest lifted. Hold here for 3. Try not to drop the neck down. You're trying to lift more through the upper and middle back. 2. And 1. Squeeze the glutes to come back to center. Both palms down. Make your way into your downward facing dog. From here, right leg extends, 3-legged dog. With the right leg still straight, we're going to try and open up the hips, stacking your right hip on top of your left. So keep the right leg straight. Good. Now from here, explore gently grounding your left heel towards the left edge of your mat. So you're going to ground the heel towards the left. Maybe the right palm starts to lighten. Good. Maybe you're coming into a variation of your side plank. Maybe the left palm floats. Sorry, the right palm floats. 3. If this feels, so you're going to look a bit like a star. This feels a little bit intense, lower one of your foot down. 2, 1. Now from here, top foot will go behind you, making your way into a wild thing. Push through that left palm, open up the chest. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Flip over, downward facing dog. On your next breath, we're making our way into your warrior 2. Bring your right foot in between your palms. Ground your back heel down, open up, extend the arms. We'll take a reverse from here, flip the front palm up and sweep the arm overhead. Stay here for a breath or 2. Maybe explore straightening that front leg, coming into a reverse triangle. 3, 2, and 1. Lifting the body up. Now we're going to make your way into your lizard pose. Start to ground the palms on the inside of that right foot. Maybe walking the right foot a little further out. Now from here, start to explore lowering down onto the forearms. Good. If this feels okay, maybe coming into a variation, your airplane arms, wriggling your right shoulder underneath the right thigh. Okay. Take your time. If this feels a little bit intense at this moment, maybe take a few breaths, see if this feels a little bit more sustainable. 3, good, 2, and 1. Release the palms. Start to walk your palms towards your left side, turning your feet so they are parallel, coming to a wide-legged forward fold stance. Now from here, bring your palms to your waist. We're going to engage a little bit more strength here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, halfway hinge your hips back. Good. One more time, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Good. From here, you can explore walking your palms down. Maybe finding a little bit more depth here. Turn the feet in. Yes. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Halfway lift. Walk your palms to the front of the mat. Make your way into a downward facing dog. All right, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Left leg sweeps up and back, three-legged dog. Take a moment here, squaring the hips. Now from here, we're gonna open up the hip. So keep that left leg straight as much as you can. Stack your left hip above your right. Maybe the left palm starts to get a little bit light. Maybe we start to ground your right heel towards the right side of your mat, making your way into a side plank. Maybe the left palm starts to float. Good. 3, 2, 1. Bring your left foot behind you. Take a moment if you need just to reset the foundation. Whenever you're ready, press through that right foot. Right palm, come into your wild thing. Lift hips, chest up. 2, and 1. Flip over, downward facing dog. Next breath, left foot in between the palms, set up for your warrior 2. Extend the arms. Try to find a little bit more depth in the hips by bending the front knee. Good. Flip the front palm up, sweep back. Good. Try to keep the legs straight. 2. So this toe, try to turn it forward so you open the hip forward. Yeah. 2. Maybe straightening out the front leg. And 1. Come back to center. Lizard. Walk your palms down. Walk your left foot out. Can you see how this side feels? If you're feeling comfortable, start to lower down onto the forearms. Take a few breaths. Maybe explore aeroplane where you wriggle your left shoulder underneath the left thigh. Walk the palms out. Maybe palms start to float. Okay, find something that's sustainable for your hips. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Start to walk your palms to the right edge of your mat. Align your feet. Turn the toes so so your feet are parallel to each other. And then from here we come all the way up to a stand. Okay, we'll take your C variation of your fold. Interlace your fingers behind you. If you have space in the shoulders, you're going to press your palms together. Inhale, open up through the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. On an exhale, we fold. Good. Nice. Three, 2, 1. Release your interlaced fingers. Walk your palms to the front of the mat. Downward dog. Take a full breath here. On your next breath, sweep your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Good. Now from here, you're going to slowly start to walk your palms to the back of your mat. We're moving into a standing split. If the back of your hamstrings feel a little bit tight, feel free to take your blocks with you as you walk back. Right? Use your blocks underneath your palms for support. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Now from here, listen carefully. You're going to tuck your right knee into your chest as if your knee is trying to kiss your chin. Start to lighten through the palms, maybe bending that standing leg. Try to maintain some semblance of contact between the knee and the chin, and slowly start to roll yourself up. Tucking that knee in until it cannot anymore. Right knee's in, start pose. Left palm holding on to the right outer edge. Kick through the foot coming into your twist. Good. So your hand is on top. Okay. 3. Nice. 2. And one. From here, turn the chest to face forward, release that foot, take a moment, bend the front knee, open up the hip, kick it to the back. We're going into a warrior three, palms to the heart center. And then from here, slowly lower your palms down, walk into a three-legged dog once more. Right foot outside your palms, left foot outside your palms, making your way to your malasana. Okay. Now we're breathing. Slowly shift your weight side to side. All right, from here, maybe first arm balance for today. Crow pose. Bring your palms forward, about shoulder distance apart. Lift the hips up. Gaze forward. Transferring weight into your palms. Maybe the toes stay down. Maybe they start to float off. A few breaths. Three. Two. And one. Lower the feet down. We're going to come into a forward fold from here. Extra effort, extra points. Now for this forward fold, we're going to have the feet slightly wider, so much wider than your hips. Hinge the hips back. Visualize your chest going in between your thighs and fold there. Good. Now from here, make your way into your downward facing dog once more. Okay, left leg sweeps up and back, three-legged dog. Walk your palms to the back of the mat, making your way into a standing split. Take your blocks if you'd like. Strong right leg. 3, 2, 1. Now tuck your left knee into your chest. Trying to make contact between your knee and your chin. Maintain that contact as you lift your body up until you have to lose contact. Right palm on top of the left foot, thumb pointing down, making your way into your standing twist. Good. 3, 2, 1. Turn the chest to point forward. Release the leg. Bend the knee. Take a moment just to circle the hip open before kicking your left leg back. Warrior 3. Good. Lightly lower your palms down, making your way into a three-legged dog once more. Now from here, left foot outside the palms, right foot outside the palms, Malasana. Okay, options. Malasana, crow pose. Third new option is your shoulder pressure pose. So for this, you can start off in your Malasana, bringing your palms behind you, trying to wriggle your shoulders underneath you. The blocks are there. I mean, you can do it without blocks, but I tend to feel a bit strenuous with the wrist. Press the palms down, bend the elbows, and then sit on your arms. You can stay here, just feel out the weight, or you can walk your feet a little closer together. Maybe, whoop, the feet start to hook. Okay, play around with whichever option that serves you. Try to find balance between your lower body, your bum essentially, and the feet. Think about hugging the thighs in and the arms resisting. And then once you're done with the playing, you can release. right, we'll release the wrist a little bit. So coming into your wide-legged forward, your forward fold. This time sliding your palms underneath your feet. You can sort of shift your weight side to side, just massaging out the wrists, the palms. Release the palms underneath the feet, bringing your palms to the waist. Come all the way up. Okay. Okay, we'll play with a bit more balance. So, taking your head to big toe pose, you're gonna bend the right knee, first two fingers holding onto your big toe from the inside. Left palm to the waist. You're welcome to stay here or start to extend that leg forward. Leg doesn't have to fully be straight. Focus on the length in your spine instead. Three, two, and one. From here, B. Open up the hip. Be mindful of your neighbors. Three. If you feel stable, you can gaze over your opposite shoulder. Two. And one. Come back to center. C. Last one. Release the foot. Point your toes. Palms to the waist. Engage your hip flexor. Three. Two. Come forward. And one. Release. Okay. We get to do that one more time. Left leg. Take whichever variation that serves you. If you're extending the leg, go ahead. Push firmly through your right big toe and try to keep the spine upright. Two and one. Open up the hip. If you're feeling stable, gaze over your right shoulder. Three, two, and one. Come back to center. Release the foot, point the toes, hip flexor strength. We need this for later. Three. Notice if you're leaning back, engage your core. Two, and one. Release. Okay, last short sequence. You can slowly make your way into your downward facing dog. Right leg extends, three-legged dog. Start to open up the hip, stacking your right hip over your left, starting to ground your left heel towards the left side of your mat. Right palm starts to lighten. Now you can go into the variation of the side plank we explored earlier, or explore, haha, Debbie's there already, holding onto your big toe. Okay? Or look like a star. Three, two, one. Now gaze to the top of your mat. Slide your right foot forward. Good. In between your palms. And then start to inch the right foot forward. We're coming into an active split. Once you cannot inch anymore, flex the foot and kick it forward. Okay? Whenever you start to extend forward, think squeeze back. Okay, use the support of blocks underneath your palms and keep hugging the thighs in back towards each other. Three, two, and one. Now reverse the movements, inching your right foot back. Okay, one last lizard pose. You can lend the back knee, walk the right foot outside the palms. Okay. Now from here, you can keep the back knee down, explore wriggling your shoulder underneath your right thigh. Press your palms down. Okay, now from here, tuck your back toes, lift the back knee off, and move your left foot, forward. We're gonna go into a half firefly, half crow pose for you to play around with, okay? So now from here, pressing the palms down, tuck your left knee towards your upper arm, lean forward, inch your right foot forward, maybe kicking the right foot up, maybe left foot tucks in. If this pose isn't serving us right now, feel free to go into your crow pose. Otherwise, blocks underneath your palms, giving yourself a little bit more height to play with. Three, two, and one. Release. One last round, okay? Downward dog. From here, left leg sweeps up and back, three-legged dog. Open up the hip, keeping your left leg straight, stacking your left over right. Start to ground through the right heel, maybe left palm gets light. Coming into a variation of a side plank. You can stay in the two previous versions we explored or explore. Left finger holding on to left big toe, coming to your Vasishtasana. Nice. 3, 2, 1. Gaze forward, slide your left foot in between your palms, making your way into an active split. Walking your left foot forward. Good. So if you're feeling pretty open today, work on strength by squeezing your inner thighs towards each other. If you're feeling a little bit tight today, slowly use your breath to soften. 2, and 1. Slowly reverse the movements and start to set up for your lizard pose on your left side. And keep your blocks with you if you'd like. Now left arm will be on the inside. Maybe coming out down onto the forearms to start, maybe wriggling the shoulders underneath the left thigh. Pressing your palms firmly down, whether on blocks or on the ground. Start to tuck the back toes, moving your back knee forward. Good. Play around. Explore, gaze forward. Try and look forward, yes. And then after you've gotten a few breaths, you can release. Nice. All right, we can take a short breather here. If you want to wipe sweat, drink water. I know it's a little bit warm. So I hope you guys have a towel. All right, one last thing we can play with before we cool down, because I also forgot to do it earlier. Okay, but it's chill. Okay? All right, so we're gonna, okay, I said chill, but we're gonna go into a boat pose. Okay, but it'll be fun. Anyway, okay, so set up for your boat pose. We'll do one round normal, and then the other two will be fun. Okay, so try to lift the chest, try to balance on your sit bones, walk your knees in, lean back, maybe the feet start to lift off. 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right, next round, if you've got like hair clip, a bun at the back of your head, try to loosen it. We're gonna roll back if you want. Hopefully you want. All right, so from here, same thing, boat pose. This time, first 2 fingers holding on to big toe. Okay, your knees can stay bent. If your hamstrings feel pretty open today, you're gonna straighten out through the leg, balancing on your sit bones. Now from here, we're gonna roll back. All right, so instead of having your spine long, round the spine, roll yourself back, and then come all the way back up. Okay? All right, play around. Nothing in your life requires you to do this, so so have fun. There's no other reason for us to do this other than to just sort of play around with your core, play with balance. So take your time. Everyone's kind of be mindful of the people in front and behind you. All right. Round the spine, roll back. Take a deep breath in and then roll yourself up, maybe coming into your boat pose once more. Nice. If holding onto the toes feels like a little bit too much tension, keep the knees bent. You can hold onto the thighs, the calf, just roll back and roll up. Okay, have fun with it. And then there's one more version we'll do later. Okay, one last version. This one, definitely be mindful of your neighbors. Same thing, boat pose. This time we're gonna open up the feet, coming into a wide-legged boat. We'll stay here for a few breaths. And then from here, round the spine, roll back. You can stay here if the spine feels good. Try to keep the neck long. Take a deep breath in before you roll yourself back up. Okay, so stay, yeah, maybe take turns. All right, explore a wide boat. Stay there for a few breaths just to make connection with your front abdomen. And then once you're ready, round the spine, have fun, roll back. Maybe stay in that version of your halasana, your plow pose. Take a deep breath before rolling back up. No, don't throw yourself. I love it. All right. And you're like, okay, boat stay there forever. All right, if we're done literally rolling around, just take a moment. Ooh. Okay, you can bring your feet about hip distance apart. Palms can be, sorry, not hip distance apart, mat distance apart. Palms can be behind you, and then slowly just windshield wiper the knees. Okay, now everyone's knees are going to turn to the right. We're going to set up for a variation of your pigeon. Okay, so try to find alignment between the right knee and your hip. Okay, coming into a 90-90. Frame your right shin, inhale here, exhale, fold. Try to fold over so that your chest is over your shin, maybe coming down onto your forearms. Good. Inhale, coming back up. We'll switch sides. Lower both your knees to the left. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over your left shin. As much as we want to feel that opening in the front thigh, notice your back thigh as well. Your back hip turning in. Inhale, coming back up. Now from here, start to stagger a little bit, coming into a wide-legged position. So just make contact with your neighbors and align. Flex the feet so your toes are pointing up, spreading out the sit bones here. We'll take a wide fold from here. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, start to crawl your fingers forward, melt your chest down. If you're feeling an excessive pull behind your knees, feel free to have a soft bend in the knees. If you have a towel, you can also place it underneath your knees. And then slowly sit back up. All right, from here, bring both your feet together. We're gonna make our way into a bridge pose. Okay, so you can keep the knees bent, lie the body down. We'll take 3 rounds of your bridge. Press through the feet. Inhale, lift up your hips, your lower back, your middle back, your upper back. Try to keep your neck long. Exhale, roll down, upper, middle, lower. 2 more. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. For the last one, we will stay. So you can choose to stay in your bridge pose. If you have a little bit more juice and you like to go into an upward bow, go ahead. Otherwise, inhale, press through the feet. Lift up hips, lower, middle, upper. Maybe exploring interlacing your fingers underneath you. Stay for a few rounds of breath before slowly rolling yourself back down. All right. From here, we'll take a figure 4. Right ankle onto the left thigh. Thread your arm through, hug the left thigh in. Good. You can stay here. If you want to stretch out your hamstring a little bit, you can also straighten out the left leg. Good. Now from here, listen carefully. Right leg stays where it is. Lower your left foot down and walk your left foot further towards the left side. Okay. Now lower both your knees down towards the right. Good. Slowly coming back to center. We'll switch sides. Left ankle, right thigh. Hugging the right thigh in. You can stay still. You can gently rock from side to side. If you want to stretch the hamstring a little bit, you can straighten out your right leg. Good. Now from here, lower your right foot down. Left stays the same. Walk your right foot further to the right. And then lower both your knees towards the left. Good. So we're trying to just turn in the right hip. Slowly come back to center. You can release the left leg. We're slowly going to make your way into your Shavasana. If there are any other final poses you'd like to explore, maybe a happy baby, maybe a twist, go ahead. If you are content, start to set up for your Shavasana, straightening out your legs to the width of the mat. Arms by your side, palms facing up. Gently closing the eyes, allowing the body to rest. Now, start to bring awareness back into your body. Gently moving your fingers, your toes. You can bring your feet together, reach your arms out overhead, giving yourself a little stretch. Perhaps bringing your knees into your chest, gently rocking from side to side. Whenever you're ready, rolling over to your right side. Pause there for a moment before coming into a seated position. We'll close today's practice with a little bit of breathing. We'll do 5 rounds of breath, inhaling for a count of 6 and exhaling for a count of 6 in and out through the nose. So from wherever you are, exhale all the air out. And we'll begin. Inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, breathe in deep. Exhale softly. Come into your natural state of breath, bringing your palms to heart center, bowing your head down. Thank you.